Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Cool, let's start it.
Because it's...
Well, you're gonna...
Oh, well.
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, the name that is etched on that horse... The name that is etched on the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. But he still had to make it strangely clever and a little...
He was
very stupid on his part. And it makes sense. Very clever.
Love riddles.
Given what is written in Mr. Deveray... They call him a real Voldemort in Pennydent, in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. I gotta point to the words.
Okay.
This specific section is what reveals the meaning behind those pendants. Daughter.
Soul daughter.
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 Take that! Daughter. Mr. Deveray had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops.
That's a lie. That person was not my father.
He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you.
He's trying to overwatch me? Like the video game?
I didn't say overwatch.
But I did.
Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from?
Do any of y'all want to play Overwatch sometime?
Or do you realize what we're talking about right now? It's really important.
I'm talking about Overwatch. Haven't played in a while. I want some...
Go play Overwatch in jail or something, I don't care. Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot. Not so fast!
Just wants attention.
I don't know, I just
nobody's talking to me.
And what is so funny, Agent Lang? I'll play Overwatch. I love playing Zenyatta.
He does not strike me as a Zenyatta main.
I don't play Overwatch. You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it.
Whoa.
Why don't I look like a Zenyatta main? I totally play support. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the house of a mono. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well?
No.
So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right?
You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter? That's cute.
That's right. As one really rotten family.
Fuck that family.
Fuck that family. Is that really what happened? I better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Edgeworth beam. Rebubble.
You're gonna burn a hole in the evidence.
Well, this one's gone. Okay, the two of them are father and daughter. Okay.
Father and daughter, but isn't it possible that they both knew that fact?
Okay.
It's probably somehow not possible. I don't know. It's no coincidence they reunited, became involved in the house of a mono.
Can you present profiles?
I think...
No.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Two of them made good use of their meeting to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say... Is it because there's 3 kidnappers?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Probably. Do we have a thing that says...
Yeah, it's the... Isn't it the... I thought we did. What's the victim's costume thing?
Oh, wait.
No.
This is a love letter. That's the dossier. We found that out.
Missing model gun. I don't know if we have an evidence that actually says there are 3.
Oh, well.
Only press around a little bit.
I guess he's mistaken.
Hold it! You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well. Try going back to the...
Let's see, no coincidence.
The one before
Where's
this.
the one where they were like...
This one.
Yeah, they both knew.
Hold it! You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, press some more.
It's no coincidence that they became involved.
One is a butler and one is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course.
Oh. What was the first statement?
This one seems pretty clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably a way they don't know somehow.
That are... anyway, I guess let's look through.
What's this say?
That's for Lance.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with them.
Okay. Alright.
What does this say? Whereabouts unknown after his escape, stole a gun.
We thought he might head for where, but despite our surveillance... So it's because they were...
They were surveyed.
Yeah, so
like they've had an eye on them, so they couldn't have reunited since he escaped.
So it's not... Okay, so it's not this one.
It would be... What would that contradict?
Keep going.
The reunited pair became... Two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping.
Try pressing this part, the last part. Hold it!
This is just gonna be like, it's not plausible.
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence to counter him, we're stuck at a draw.
Who does the burden of proof fall on? Like,
Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one.
You'd better hurry up and do something or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad.
I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? So it looks like it's something about that they couldn't have known.
because this talks about them having meetings.
Yeah, but I don't... I think it's... Hold on, go back.
If they don't know who he was.
Go back. I think it's something about this that they didn't know. Maybe it's the letter here, like that, because there's no way they met because he was being surveyed. Not this, the.
We thought he might head to where his wife and sole daughter are, but wait, yeah, because they've been surveying the daughter.
Yeah, apparently. So if they've been,
but he disguised himself as the butler so that.
Try this first. I don't care if we lose HP.
Oh no, but it'll hurt.
Oh, but it'll hurt.
Oh no, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, it hurts. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Oh, ow, ooh, oh, Gurk. Oh, Gurk.
Oh, Gurk.
My favorite author of Song of Ice and Fire, Gurk.
It's the George R.R. N.K.
George R.R. and Mark Carton.
It was no coincidence the reunited became involved in the hearts of Amano. Two of them made good, but maybe they couldn't have met because it talks about meetings. So maybe this is it. Surveillance. No, never mind.
I don't think it's that. It's something about how they must have not known
that they were like.
Is it the necklace? Because they didn't. Hold on. So let's just go through our shit real quick. It's not any of the Blue Badger stuff.
Right. Those are costumes.
Mr. Deacon's murder notes. This is just all
just
details.
The body. It's shaped
Colin
like a
Deveray
horse.
is engraved on the back. Okay. Okay.
It's that.
Okay.
It's just a gun. It's shaped.
Lauren D. Because like. Okay.
Because she goes by Pops and not D.
Maybe try that.
She has the will of D. Nope. Maybe you can whip out a quick Google search on that one. Okay, or what is it?
Okay, so there is actually evidence about there not being.
Can't know each other.
No. Go back to the one where it's like two. There's two of them. Yeah,
two of them.
Now go back to our evidence.
Okay.
I thought we would have gotten a new one, but actually the stolen costumes is. Go back.
Oh wait.
The stolen. Remember, because it was like they stole 3.
Okay. Oh, this. Yeah. I guess this is like.
This became relevant to the 3. I whatever.
Okay.
Objection.
3.
Caballeros, which you should see K after this. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. You should see a lot more films. Films are quite fun. I can't believe you haven't seen a single one. And what kind of proof do you have of that?
It's on my bucket list.
Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. I mean, I want to watch every movie. 3 films? There's more than that.
I don't know if I want to start with Aladdin or Home Alone 2.
Okay.
2 of the 3 films.
What was the other film?
Fargo.
So you thought there was a Home Alone 2, but not Home Alone 1?
Yeah, I thought it was an artistic decision to make a sequel without a beginning.
Well, that would make it a lot more avant-garde. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room.
I wonder if anyone's ever done that before.
Star
Just,
Wars.
like, start with 2. I guess, yeah, episode 4.
We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the first airing of it didn't have episode 4. They added that later. But it's crazy that they were like, yeah, this is the 4th one. And there were 3 ones you haven't seen. And you'll see them 30 years later.
I guess they were really committed to that plan.
But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people.
Or 3 people in one.
We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. A much more, my favorite mundane version of the Blue Man group.
They're like the Blue Man group,
but they just really like the number 3.
There's just 3 of them.
They have 3 drums.
And they're not blue.
And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who? Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping.
Oh, Jesus, I'm not ready for this.
I know what it is.
The brains behind the kidnapping.
Who do you think, who do you think it is?
Probably Lance kidnapped himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems twisty enough. I want to say.
Well, also because take that.
Ow.
What? Lance Amano? That's pretty twisty. Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers?
No, I didn't see their faces, but dude, what was a W woman?
A W woman?
However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said.
But I know I only saw 2 people.
This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah, yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive?
I really don't remember much anymore. Honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you?
Oh boy. This guy's got a very punchable face.
Yes, I do. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room blindfolded the entire time, but the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could.
Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay, Buster Wolf?
Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right?
No, not quite yet.
How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that.
Wow.
I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth, unless they're Francisca or Goda or Manfred von Karma. You know, actually, never mind.
I'm actually learning how to shoot ice daggers out of my eyes.
And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. Or all the time. There is a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. I'm gonna push him into the fountain.
Physically, just give him a little...
Stop pushing me! I'm gonna fall in the fountain. Stop!
Stop! Seriously, stop!
No, I'm gonna.
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning, they had me shut in that room, blindfolded.
Press that.
Okay, so you didn't see shit?
Hold it! By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct?
Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape.
Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers.
They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely 2 people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move.
Okay. So they
okay.
disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside.
Okay.
My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. Made my escape. Okay.
There's a couple things that look pressable.
Yeah. Hands are cuffed.
Hold it! Then those cuffs on your wrists, I suppose you are still cuffed in that case.
I am well aware of how I am chained to reality.
Damn, that went deep.
I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner of life, responsibilities.
Can't get out of this by talking about heavy shit. I make my escape. How'd you escape?
Hold it!
How'd that work out?
How did you manage to escape?
I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape.
I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. Okay, what else have we
Door
not?
leading outside was... Oh, this is what he just added. This is,
Oh wait, press this?
Yeah, this is definitely wrong somehow.
Hold it! By underground passageway, you mean the one the staff uses to travel unnoticed?
I suppose that's what it's for, but I didn't run into any staff members on my way out. And once I was up top, I was busy trying to find a member of the police.
And that is when you found us congregated at the stadium, I suppose. Let me ask you then, how did you get a hold of the key to the underground door?
That was easy. It was hanging right there in the room on the wall.
I do recall a key hanging on the wall right beside the table.
Boy, does that bring back memories of our situation and how we made our escape.
Remember, I tried to open the door 1,000 times,
Let's tell
and
our
then I
story.
jumped 2 inches off the ground.
I really can't jump very high.
Indeed, and although the door in the floor of our room led to an underground room, the door in the floor of the room next door...
My
had a
favorite
secret-
Dr. Seuss book.
The door in the floor of the room next door was a real bore and a chore to open a door. Had a secret passageway.
A secret passageway under a theme park. Ooh, that just sounds like so much fun.
I wonder, is there something off about the way Lance made his escape? Is it because
Probably not.
it's because it wasn't locked, right? There was the sword was.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll prove that next time.
Maybe
Maybe
next
we'll do
time.
that.
We're gonna do it. We just explained